Hey y'all, thanks for joining me today. Let's discuss what is working and what is not working. My wish for this channel is to provide content that is good for the whole family. And as we are continuing our series on goals and goal setting for 2025, it's been a few weeks and I just want to go over some of the strategies that is working for me. So, as we're wrapping up this last month of working on our goals, I want to share with you some of the things that are working for me and those that are not working. Of course, one of the main things that worked for me in developing my goal is journaling. And I continue to journal each day. It's surprising what comes to mind as I'm journaling. I may get an idea for something to add to my goal. I may get an idea of something to put in place, a strategy that can help me, that will be beneficial to me towards my goal. So, journaling is one of those things that has definitely helped me towards working towards my goal. Another thing that's helped me is my calendar. So my calendar will fall into both working and not working. But first, let me tell you why it's working. My calendar is working because I've blocked out time that specifically goes with me working on my goal for that, right? I've blocked out time to implement strategies along the way. And my calendar, includes appointments, includes just daily life and things that could impact me working towards my goal, right? Those other factors. So my calendar is like a one-stop shop for if I need to move things around, I need to keep up with something for our family. That is one of the things I use all the time. So that's working for me. My calendar is working. As I said before, though, it's also not working. So keep a listen. So far I have putting in time, journaling, putting in time, working on your calendar, because you actually have to work on your calendar. You do have to look back at it every so often. And I look at my calendar regularly. Mm-hmm. Multiple times during the week. Okay, so your calendar will work for you. Another thing that's working for me is time block. All right, blocking out time specifically just to work on my goal. And another thing that has worked for me when it comes to time blocking is being flexible, realizing that a certain time that you had in place when you were filling out your calendar may actually not be the time that will be the most rewarding in working towards your goal. You may have to flex it and change it a little bit when you are in it, and that's okay. It's perfectly fine to make those changes. When those changes come up, is when you realize how much work you're putting into it and how serious you're taking whatever your goal is or which. One more thing that actually is helping so far is having accountability partners. We had a family meeting, and actually at the end of this month, which is coming up very shortly, we will have a second meeting. Okay, and that will be part of what's working. Definitely part of what's working is to have accountability partners, meet with your accountability partner or partners, whoever they are, to go over what you're working on. And you never know, they may provide you extra strategies, they may provide you more information that you didn't really think about, all right? So let's talk about what's not working. There's a few. And honestly, it's only been a month in. So let's say I may not have really bumped into a roadblock yet, right? Not a significant one to put the brakes on. But remember, we are doing check ins regularly I will do check-ins with you. And when I do a check-in, it should prompt you to say, oh, I might need a check-in to see where I stand. And I will say something that was not working for me is the specific time block that I had scheduled. I picked a day that I already had a prior engagement. Mondays are very busy. And then I chose a Monday to put time away for working on my one goal. And I tried it and it did not work. I had to pivot. I had to pivot. And actually, Tuesday was a better day for me. So that's something you want to put in place. You want to take a look and see that your time blocks are really working. And if they're not working, change them. Change them. This is your goal. This is your time. This is your calendar. So talking about a calendar, I went and purchased a calendar, and I bought it because it was pretty cheap. I bought it because it was pretty cheap, and it did not have the days already written on them, right? And I just refused to buy another one. So that's just not working for me. But along with it not having the dates pre-entered, right? Doesn't have that many pages that I typically like to have in a calendar. So I put it in the not working section, but to be honest, I'm going to make it work because I don't want to have to buy another calendar. I've started using it already. I have all this stuff written in it already. So I just need to set time in the calendar to work on the calendar so that I can finish setting it up just the way I like it. So that's something that's kind of not working, but sort of working. So that's something. Another thing that is a big issue for me, and I know in one of our previous videos, we talked about facing it. So fear comes over and I procrastinate. I procrastinate. I have a serious issue with procrastination. How do I work on it? I face it head on. And that is something that is in the not working section for me. But, I'd do so much better if I would not wait to the last minute. And if I would focus on what I need to focus on at the time that I allot. So I do procrastinate, and that's something I'm working on. And that's something that's not working, obviously, because it's procrastination. So I want to mention that to you to let you know that we're not perfect beings, right? We all have something that we need to work on. And for me, one of my goals actually is to work on not procrastinating, and it is impacting me meeting my other goals. So something we're working on. So I'm going to face it. I'm facing it head on. I'm talking about it with you. I talk about it with my accountability partner. I'm working on developing strategies to implement to address procrastination. And let me know if you would like to hear or talk about procrastination. If that's an issue for you, let me know and I'll be willing to share it with you guys. But that is something that I'm definitely working on. So the second half of this video, after we talk about what's working and what's not working, we're just at the end of January, right? By the time you guys see this video, it will be the end of January. And what do we do? What did I talk about a few videos back that we need to do when we are working on our goals? You're working very hard, right? And no matter how many steps that you've done, how many bite-sized pieces you've done so far, we need to say it, celebrate. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know I've accomplished a few things already. There's still more things that I want to get done by the end of January. I'm recording now, but you guys will see it at the end of January. But remember to celebrate your small wins, okay? How will you celebrate what you've accomplished in the month of January? I know what we're going to do on my end. We will have a family potluck where I'll be making some food. Others will be making food as well. And we're going to come together and we're going to eat and we're going to talk a little bit of our goals and what we've done so far, that we are celebrating what we've accomplished so far. And that is what we're going to do to celebrate. Doesn't cost much. We're going to eat anyway, right? Name it, okay? Name it. That celebration that you're doing is different from any other day and any other activity. So please remember to name it. Name your celebration. I am celebrating my wins. I've done 1, 2, 3. I've done one thing. I've done two things. Just name it, okay? So that you tie it in the atmosphere, you tie it together with your goals. And also, you can put it on your calendar. It could be the end of the month. Sometimes it may be quarterly, depending on the person. But just don't forget to celebrate those wins. All right? Thank you so much for joining for the good of the group. See you next time. Bye.